could go ahead and tiptoe through your life, digging in the dirt, you can stress on the strife, but I'm gonna fly past the worry and the pain today. I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. I'm flying on faith, faith. You could cry all night about the things that you hate, so dissatisfied in so many ways, but I'm gonna find a way to celebrate today. I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. I'm flying on faith, flying on faith. Picked up my baggage and I threw it out the door.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're having a great Monday. Okay, it is the beginning of the week. I know sometimes that can be stressful. Sometimes that can cause all kinds of angst, but we are more than conquerors. Welcome to Pastor V on Wellness, and I am Pastor V. And I am so glad that you're here today. I want you to take a moment. I'm going to do it with you and share this with someone. Someone needs to hear that wellness is about more than just our physical health, but it is our body, our minds, and our spirits working together to make us the best person that we can be, to give us the best quality of life possible. And so I want you to share this with someone. And I'm doing it myself. There we go. Got it done. And good morning, family. I wanted to talk to you guys about something today. Good morning, spring. If you're in, please drop your where are you from and why you're watching. You know, is it because you're wanting to improve your health, or is it because you're already on that journey and you want to share it with someone else? Why are you watching Pastor V on Wellness? Because together we are going to be the best, our best self. We've talked here about community. We've talked about getting moving and breath work and meditation. Go back. There's so many amazing videos, not because I made them, but because we are working together to make sure that we are our best self. And so go back and check those out. I want to give my disclaimer is that I am not a physician or a certified nutritionist. This should not be considered medical advice, and you should see your physician before starting any exercise or diet program. And those of you who are regulars, you know what I'm going to say next. Aren't you glad this is not a diet or exercise program? This is a way of life. Type that in. This is a way of life. This is a way of life. And so I do also want to let you know I am a registered nurse. And so I have a little bit of knowledge about the things that I'm talking to you about. But at the same time, nurses, registered nurses, are not allowed to write independent treatment plans. We have to be a part of a team, which for me works perfectly because you should see your physician and you should be making sure that you take Ray G. Hey, Ray from West Side. West Side, what and where? Yeah. If you know, you know. Anyway, this is a way of life. And so I'm not trying to convert you to a diet plan or some type of exercise program. I am trying to get you to see that our whole life, our body, our mind, and our spirit work together to bring us into a state of wellness. We take small steps to make big change. Remember, consistency in those small steps bring us to a place of overall wellness. And so that is our goal here. That is what we seek here at Pastor V on wellness. Today, I'm going back to a topic that I talked about maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's core health. And you may be like, well, Pastor V, why are we recycling core strength and core health? Let me tell you, I took my little munchkins, my grandbabies, to the beach this past week, and there were a couple of times that I fell because a wave hit me really hard. And you may be like, okay, yeah, we were in the shallow end where all we had to do was stand up. In fact, those are the instructions that I gave them. They were having so much fun, but a wave knocked one of them over and I saw terror in their eyes. And I reminded them, hey, stand up, stand up. And I told them, if you get knocked over by a wave, just stand up. You're in shallow water and Gigi is right here. I gave them some advice. One was, you have the ability to save yourself, stand up. But Gigi's here too, and I'm going to help you be safe. Community. So, and that's what we are here. We have the ability to get the knowledge to help bring ourselves into better health. Okay, we can help ourselves. Then we have community that can help us. They can bring in information that we may not have. Community. And then ultimately, I was out there praying, Lord, take care of us at this beach. So we had the knowledge. They had the knowledge that all they had to do was stand up. They could help themselves. They had the knowledge that they had community, which was me, and I'm bigger, stronger. I was going to help them. And then they also had the knowledge that Gigi was praying for them. Okay. So we had body, mind, and spirit going on. But there was something that happened. There were a couple of waves that were big enough to knock me over. And those waves scared the heck out of me. And then there was once that my grandson taking a little bit long to stand up. And so I went to help him and I stumbled and I fell. And so here I am in the ocean, like, oh, Jesus, please don't let me die, especially in front of my grandbabies. And you may say, now, what does this story have to do with core strength? Let me tell you, it was difficult to stand up in that water because as soon as one wave hit me, I'm like, okay, just stand up, Valerie. That's what you've been telling the kids. Just stand up. And then another wave would hit me. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't get my footing. My core strength. I was weaker than I thought I was. And I'm like, okay, Valerie, you've been talking about core strength. Let's get into it. So we talk about core strength and how it's so much more than a six-pack of abs. Your core is your body's powerhouse. And as we age, strengthening it can help us stand taller. It can help us move better. It can help us breathe easier. And so I have discovered this exercise specifically since I fell into the ocean. That's called the vacuum. It's where you pull all the air out of your abdomen, push it on out, and kind of hold that, even though you're still breathing into your lungs, but you hold those abs in place. It pushes you up, makes your posture straighter, makes you feel stronger. But the thing about it is to hold it. And as you hold that vacuum, you begin to feel all of those abs. And so I've just been periodically doing that because it is a way to use your own body strength to begin to build your core. Because y'all, as we age, we know we slouch in our posture. We start to get lower back pain. And it's because of our posture, not holding it in place. We have terrible balance after a certain age because our core, just do this. What do you feel? If you're like me and you feel your core engaging just because you're doing this, it kind of helps to keep you straight and keep you from falling, okay? Your core is a part of that balance, along, of course, with the inner ear. Yes, I'm a nurse. I understand that our balance is regulated by our brain and our cochlear. I get it. But it's also maintained by our core, okay? And we are at risk for increase in falls. And falls that, if you remember the old commercial, I've fallen and I can't get up. Ah, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh my God. If you remember that commercial at all, thank you, Spring. Then you understand we have to increase our core strength. Let me ask you this. How are you sitting right now? Or are your slow shoulders like this? This is how we tend to sit, with our shoulders slouched. Is your belly relaxed? Is your chin jutting forward? Most of us carry years of posture habits, and our core plays a key role in correcting them. Sit and stand taller. And like I said, it helps us breathe more efficiently when we have a strong core. We feel more energized and grounded. And the word of God says this will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bone. Our bones need our posture and our core to be engaged. So, these are some things I want you to do. I've talked about them before, it's nothing new. When you are standing in line, pull your belly button towards your spine. That's that vacuum move I told you about, where it feels like you're evacuating all the air out of your abdomen, and you're pushing that belly button back to your spine. And when you do that, that helps to change your posture. It automatically pulls you up, makes you stand taller, and it also begins to work on the muscles of your core, your abdomen. Are you going to get a six-pack doing it? Absolutely not. But are you going to be able to hold your balance as a result? Yeah. And isn't that one of the most important things? When you're brushing your teeth, stand on one leg. That's going to help you engage your core. So these are some things you can do without having to hit the gym and do 50,000 sit-ups, but begin to incorporate it into your everyday existence. And you're going to begin to see and feel a difference. So when you're brushing your teeth, just stand on one leg. I dare you to do it now. Stand up. Because if I stand up, you won't see me. I won't be in the frame of the camera. I'm not going to do it. But if you stand and just on one leg, you're going to kind of figure out quickly how is your core strength? How is it? Is it there? Is it there anymore? Because you'll find that you're teetering a little bit. Getting up from a chair, instead of pushing with your hands, just try standing straight up. Try just getting up. And the best thing to do and practice that one is to not sit in a chair that has arms to it. I will kind of scoot back for a minute. My office chair does not have the armrest. So plant your feet flat and push up. So instead of holding on and pushing yourself up with your arms, just stand straight up. And when you do that, like you just saw me, you're engaging your core. Little things like this are going to strengthen your core without having to hit the gym. And like I say, do 100 push-ups a day. I mean, not push-ups. Push-ups help a little bit. Planks are better. And I dread them. I dread planks, but they're good for your core health as well. And the last one I'm going to tell you here is walking. Imagine a string is lifting your chest and engaging your midsection. Walk tall. You will be surprised how something as simple as imagining that string, like our little etiquette teachers used to teach us when we were little, that little movement pulls your posture up and it engages your core, and that will begin to help you strengthen and build a better core. Now you may say, oh yeah, you can do it. You just need awareness and practice to begin to strengthen your core. That's it. Now, should you add things in like your sit-ups and crunches? Find what works for you. There are different exercises now that help you build your core. You can actually build core without ever getting down on a mat on the floor. Okay, you can. A lot of those like crunches I've learned through Grow with Joe and a few other exercise videos that I watch, that you can do a lot of those types of movements without ever getting on the floor. And I'm just doing one sitting here in my chair, hands behind your head, and bring that knee up to meet your arm. It's a chair exercise. You can also do this standing up, and it engages that core and helps you strengthen your core. That thing that's going to help your posture, the thing that's going to help you with breathing, the thing that is going to help you with your balance and help you stay in alignment. So as you age, I am almost 60 years old. And I am here saying, oh my God, I've got to work on my core. So when we strengthen our core, we're not just working out, we're reclaiming wholeness. We're standing tall in our identity, and we're protecting this temple of the Holy Spirit that we are in. It's about stewardship. It's about taking care of our body to help maintain our confidence, to help maintain our strength, so that when we get knocked over by a wave, when we're in front of our grandbabies, we're not saying, oh, Jesus, don't let me die in front of my grandchildren, but we actually are able to get ourselves up, stand just like we told them to do, so that we are healthy and whole. Now, listen, if you're saying, well, Pastor V, I can't get on the floor and do crunches anymore. I just showed you a move that you can do from your chair. You do not have to get on the floor. I've given you a few pointers about when you're walking to make sure you're holding yourself erect. That is working on your core. You're using your own body strength. I've talked to you about getting the balance. Holding, get to a point where you can you lift one leg, and you can begin to control your balance. If you have one of those the Pilates balls that they have, they're huge. You blow them up to different levels and sit on that instead of sitting in a chair. I've done that a few times, and man, because you have to find that place of your balance. And then when you get your balance, you are literally working your core the whole time so that you stay in balance. So if you have a job where you're sitting all day, get you a yoga ball and replace your office chair with one of those big yoga balls. And you'll find that as you're sitting there, having to keep your balance, you're working your core. So you do not have to be able to get on the floor and do crunches all day. However, if you are able to, that can be a part of your routine to help yourself get stronger. The last time I talked about our core, I dropped a video showing you one of the chair exercises or chair routines that you can do that help. And I showed you one of the moves just then. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to drop it in this one so you can go out and grab that one about our core health. Share this. I promise you, there is someone in your life who is going to appreciate you for sharing with them this information about our core health, about taking care of ourselves. I want you to drop this in the chat. It's about our whole life. It's about our whole life. I'm not just talking to you about getting, a six-pack, because right now I have a 2-liter. I don't have a 6-pack. So it's not about getting a 6-pack, but it's about our whole life. We want better posture as we age. We want better balance as we age. We want to have easier breathing as we age. So type it in. It's about our whole life, not just about that six pack. However, I promise you, if you get a six pack now, call me so I can know how you modified your routine to get that six pack, because I want one too. Anyway, friends, don't underestimate the power of your core. You are created to stand tall. Your body and your spirit and your mind need you to have that core engaged. Imagine deeper breathing and that breath work that we talk about doing, and the fact that it helps your brain to be flooded with endorphins and feel good hormones. So let us commit this week to mindful movement, to breath, and to sit and stand tall and engage our core. You are strong. You are still becoming. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean that you need to sit in a chair and just disintegrate. No, my friend, Dr. Yvonne Moore, you guys have heard me talking about her. She was in town yesterday, 70 plus years old, traveling, doing half marathons. What? 13.2 miles every month, just about. She has done a half marathon in every state, all 50 states, including Alaska and Hawaii, guys. And she does at least 6 to 7 a year. She just got back from one in Ohio, she told me. 70 something years old. She flew into Charlotte, got a car, rented a car, and drove from Charlotte to Savannah, and vice versa. At 70 plus years old, she looks good, she feels good, and I promise you, one of her secrets is that her core is strong. So you are still becoming your best self. And your wellness journey is more than just a physical journey. It's a mental journey. It's a holy journey. And so today, I want you to pledge to yourself, not to me, but to yourself, to begin to work on your core health so that you don't fall in the ocean and not be able to get yourself up, because you're worth it, guys. You are worth it. Can't say that enough. You are worth it. So thank you for joining us here at Pastor V on Wellness, where small steps make big change, and we transform our body, mind, and spirit together. Because my prayer for you is that you be blessed and you be whole. Have an amazing day and walk tall, sit straight, and get that core in shape.